Okay, a very, very warm welcome here this morning on the 3rd of April, 2023. My name is Rishi Patel. I'm the founder of Selling in Alignment, where I work with coaches and consultants to reprice and package their services so they can discover and live their purpose. This is Intention Mondays. We're talking about overcoming limiting beliefs with the Black Belt mindset. This is your 10-minute live, the way to kick off your week with that boost of extra energy, that extra clarity, and getting the mindset right for the new week ahead. So let's talk about overcoming limiting beliefs. First of all, what is a limiting belief? So for me, a limiting belief is a thought or a set of thoughts, thought pattern that's been ingrained that doesn't serve to get to a higher purpose. So what could be a higher purpose? A higher purpose could be to serve your family. A higher purpose could be to serve the community at large, society, your clients, something beyond yourself. And a limiting belief is something that will stop you inside of that. So a great example of limiting belief is imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome is one of these things which comes along and says, hey, you know what? Actually, no, you're not good enough to go ahead and do that. You're not good enough to take that project on. You're not good enough to go and win that business or even start that business in the first place. These are all types of limiting beliefs that stop us from getting from where we currently are to serving a higher purpose. And why the black belt mindset? Why this martial arts backing that I want to that I really want to intertwine through everything that we're doing here? Well, simple. There's so many lessons from martial arts that we can apply into our day-to-day lives. Discipline, focus, perseverance, all of these things come from training martial arts consistently. We can take these elements and use them to overcome limiting beliefs. How? How can we do that, you may ask, if martial arts is primarily just about fighting? Is martial arts really about fighting? That's what the media portrays. And yes, there are elements of martial arts where there is controlled sparring. I spoke a little bit about that last week. And yet we can take all of these lessons, the cross application between that, and really apply it to the martial arts mindset, to this black belt mindset, to really overcoming limiting beliefs. How can we do that? Well, we switch the battle from looking at something externally to something that's within. And that's where the real power lies, that inner battle, overcoming that inner battle, as opposed to focusing on the external. It's actually much easier for us to look outwardly and really look at the external, where we then have to take it away from home and look at, hey, what's really happening closer to home? So this is something we want to consider this morning in our short live with Leela Singh on live. What is happening, Leela? Good morning to you as well. We are talking about limiting beliefs and using the black belt mindset to really overcome this. So can we take that battle closer to home? And when we say battle, it doesn't even have to be violent. It's not violent. A battle is just anything. So inside the space of martial arts, a battle is anything that just allows us to overcome anything that's going on with us. Our training partner inside of martial arts, which in this context, we can look at our limiting beliefs, is actually just there to help us, is just there to help us to become the very best that we can be. Isn't that powerful? You see, when you're working with someone in that space where you have that understanding, where you suddenly have this understanding that, this person isn't against me. They're actually here to help me to become the best that I can be. We can use that as a safe space, an environment of understanding. And that's what the Dojang is. Dojang, literally translated, is house of discipline, right? It's our training environment which we enter in order to become the best that we can be, in order to flex these muscles of determination, of perseverance, of focus, and to really practice this, what I call the Pilsung spirit. Pilsung, of course, means certain victories, the slogan of the martial art. Can we take these elements, the Pilsung spirit, the way we focus on the martial art, this training partner who in this context, in our day-to-day lives as coaches and consultants, is actually just those limiting beliefs? Can we take that training partner and have it an understanding that that's actually there to serve us, that it's there to make us the very best versions of ourselves. This is really an incredibly powerful way to look at it. When you look at it like that, actually everything starts to change. Because what you then get to see is the challenges that come your way, all of these things that come your way that stop you from becoming the very best that you can be, is actually just there to serve, just to teach a lesson. And the universe or God or whatever you want to call that entity, the energy, it doesn't matter. That construct is sending across all of these lessons, is sending across all of these limiting beliefs as your training partner to have you learn something, to have you grow beyond it, to have you take action regardless. And when you can look at it from that perspective, the battle, we can even call it a battle, but it's not even a battle anymore, really, isn't it? It's just this beautiful dance where you're working with this limiting belief and you're like, hey, what do you want to teach me? What do you want to teach me? Where do you want me to grow? And if you look at it like that, actually that construct, the universe, just keeps sending these limiting beliefs across to have you become the very best version of yourself. Isn't that powerful? Just think about that for a second. There's such a deep level of compassion that the universe has to keep sending these limiting beliefs across to have you overcome all of these limiting beliefs. I think it's so incredibly powerful and so incredibly compassionate that the universe can keep sending across these limiting beliefs to have you overcome them. And what's beautiful is that it doesn't let you hide. You can never hide from these limiting beliefs, because if you sort of sweep them under the rug in just one area of life, they'll show up somewhere else because the lesson has not yet been learned. Again, look at the level of compassion. When you look at it from that perspective, just look at that compassion. And compassion is a very high vibration. Look at the level of compassion the universe has for us to want us to really win at that particular lesson. It's so incredibly powerful. So, and I'll give you an example of a limiting belief that I just came across this morning. These lives start at 10 a.m. on Monday morning, and yet I've started today at around 10:15 a.m. And that's because of a technical glitch. And I think it's because I have my webcam and my DSLR camera connected at the same time. It froze, the screen froze, and across 3 different platforms, I stopped streaming live. And it was frustrating. And I was really tempted to just be like, you know what, forget it this week. But that was a limiting belief. And it was an opportunity for me to look at, hey, what's there? Like, what do I need to do? Do I need to do a little bit more prep before I start these? And hands up, I didn't do as much prep as I could have this morning. I didn't do as much prep as I did last week. I got a little complacent. And isn't it beautiful? Like, there's this level of compassion there that had the screen freeze, that had this broadcast stop initially, and that was it. Like, what could I do in that moment? It was frustrating. But then you could look at it like it's frustrating, or you can look at it like, hey, here's the opportunity. What's the opportunity? What do I need to learn? Who do I need to become the best version of myself, to overcome even that? And that's a very small limiting belief. And that belief would have started somewhere internally that, hey, maybe I shouldn't be doing these lives. And then it gets externally manifested by the screen freezing. And that's the other thing as well. We always think that, or well, I can't say we always think. I can say I often think that things that happen externally to me generally are the fault of the situation or the people or whatever the circumstances are. But no, actually, I know that knowledgeably everything starts from within. Whatever's happening within gets externally manifested. And these are the things to think about this week. How can we really look at limiting beliefs as an opportunity to grow? How can we really remember that everything's starting from us? And how can we really remember that this inner battle, this inner dance, is just there to serve us and is a sign from the universe just to be that little bit more compassionate? My name's Rishi Patel. I'm the founder of Selling in Alignment, where I work with coaches and consultants to reprice and package their services so they can discover and live their purpose. And that's my black belt mindset, my intention Monday done for the week. Look forward to speaking to you soon. Let me know in the comments in the chat box. Let me know if you watched the replay, and let me know what stood out for you. Until the next time, keep selling in alignment.